Hey everybody, welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
And this week we finally can give a resolution to what we started so many months ago, the whole Bond a Week marathon, which we kind of failed to keep up on.
In all fairness, I'm okay with it because we skipped the Craig ones.
Yeah,
Look, you like him.
I know I like him. I actually do enjoy Daniel Craig. I do like him as a Bond. I like his movies overall. And let's just jump into that real quick. So let's just say we watched everything out there so far. There's 24, was it? 24 Bond movies?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Well, now 25 because now Spectre is out. We'll get to Spectre in a moment, but at the beginning of this whole endeavor,
the only thing we agreed on was the best Bond was Sean Connery.
Yes. Everything else we completely disagreed on.
But more importantly,
okay.
my opinion turned out to be right.
Just have a little bit of, I wouldn't say right, it had a little bit of merit to it.
Oh, no. When you edit this later, you should pull back to later when you even said, really? Dalton? And now that you've seen Dalton's, you see where I'm coming from?
Okay.
And you know I'm not wrong.
I know. After watching it, yeah, Dalton, I enjoyed his movies a hell of a lot more than I did in the past. Because once you start watching them in close proximity to each other, now nothing like what you did before when you were younger.
Yeah, that was.
We just watched them back to back to back to back.
Yeah, it's like let's kill 3 days.
Yeah, that's crazy. But even with this,
How else do you think I got these sweet panda bear eyes? It's called not sleep.
Well, that and also the what's going on with this is No Shave November thing.
It's me basically giving it a whirl again. I mean, if you want, I'll even send you the photo. There's a photo when I tried it a couple years back. Mm-hmm. At the end of the month, I basically had less than this. If you could believe that. And the worst part is that when that happened, like I showed up to my buddy's house, because it was like the 30th. It was like the last day of the month. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, "Oh, let's get a photo," because my buddy Chapman did it. His roommate Sam did it. Mm-hmm. But Sam was like, "Yeah, dude, I had to shave once or twice for work," and he just like Sam, that man, if he doesn't shave, it's grizzly. Like the epitome of man, just a luscious shrub on that man's face. Where Chapman's like, "Yeah, I had to trim too." You took a pair of scissors and probably just went like you. He's had more time now, so it actually looks more full and like an actual beard. But then it was kind of bullshit. Me, I just had this after a month.
Right.
And then right after the photo, I'm like, all right, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. Walked to the bathroom, reached in my coat pocket, pulled out a razor. It's like, we're taking care of this now.
You couldn't handle it any longer.
It looked bad. Dude, when I tell work I'm doing this, because that's back when I was still a server.
Right.
And they're like, Jordan, you can't really have facial hair. First off, my GM, who I worked with almost like every fucking day, didn't even say anything about it until 2 weeks in. "Oh, Jordan, you're looking a little scraggly. You should probably shave after work today. Like, you're good for now, because, like, it's not that bad.
Right.
But when you go home today, you should probably shave." That's after 2 weeks of no shaving. That's the talk I got. And I'm like, "Yeah, remember I told you I was doing No Shave November?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that." Because right before, I blatantly made it known. This is not going to look attractive.
Nope.
This is not going to look rugged. This is not going to look manly. It is going to look like complete garbage.
Like a 14-year-old coming back from summer school.
Yeah. Just that, like... Oh, that Mexican kid that just comes back for, like, first day of high school, like, between 8th and 9th grade, or freshman year. It's like, yeah, a mustache now.
Yeah,
it's like garbage.
It's not pretty. I mean, this takes only maybe 2-3 weeks to do,
You know my general thing. I can make fun of you for that.
Oh, I know. I'm going to have all of this while you're going to have a full head of hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to end up looking like some freaking bouncer. I'm going to have, no hair up here and a long gray beard.
We can get you a toupee. Or a wizard hat, and then you can grow this out. Get that sweet just point. Get you a giant Gandalf hat.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Jason the Grey.
No, it can't be the gray. My God. I know that to some women out there, the whole having bits of gray in the beard or their hair is distinguished and it looks very cool. And I'm just like,
dude, that was awesome. Like there's like one hair right here that's like white. I'm like, yeah, I'm manly as shit. I'm like Clunes.
At least once a week, I'm going through and I'm like, there's a white hair, pull. There's a white hair, pull. There's a white hair, pull.
But going back to Bond and me being right.
Let's go back.
Best Bond movie. I remember someone saying Goldfinger.
Yeah.
And someone saying it was From Russia with Love. And
yeah, you're right. From Russia with Love is now my favorite Bond movie.
Can I get 2 claps and a Ric Flair?
Woo! I drink to hide the pain.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah, speaking of which, the drinks for this week, Blue Moon does their annual holiday blend. They did like a gingerbread one, which we already ran out of.
That's a good one.
This one, which I had before, a cinnamon horchata ale, which is all a massive lie, because all I can taste is watered down cinnamon water.
You realize that's basically what horchata is.
Yes, it's very true.
Like, if you get it, like, right, it tastes like the residual milk after eating a thing of, like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
But that's delicious, though. Doesn't have the same
That's what I'm saying. That's how you make it alcoholic. Like, there's no, like, rice milk involved in it.
True.
Or residual rice water.
What was the one that you have? It's
the Oatmeal Stout?
Yes. The Cappuccio Oatmeal Stout.
Yeah. Coffee. Let's definitely mix our uppers with downers.
Why not? It's the way that things do, and I think it's what all the hip kids are doing nowadays. Plus, I don't think we ever go an episode without RedBreast. I mean, for a while it was nothing but Jameson, but then we came across RedBreast.
Well, yeah, it's like, let's spend the $5 more.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I had more of my special Jameson. Like, I've been like having a glass after work, and it's like, I don't know. I'm scared because it's less than half a bottle now.
And you can't just walk into the store.
Yeah, that's not a bottle I can go back and be like, oh, what up, Total Wine or Bevmo? I need a bottle of this. I can't do that.
Unless you take a flight out to freaking Ireland.
I would have to go to Ireland.
Now, mind you, I could see you making that trip.
Oh, I definitely plan to go to Ireland eventually. Like, I think that'd be fine. You know, don't be surprised. It's like, come back luggage. It's like, Jordan, what'd you get? Oh, my suitcase is just full of Jameson. What'd you do with your clothes? Sacrifices had to be made. I needed room.
You had to wrap them up at least to make sure the bottles wouldn't break.
If you have enough.
The bottles themselves will act as the buffers.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I guess that works.
That's terrible. But
yeah, going back to
Bond, I was right.
Yeah.
I was right.
Okay.
It happened so rare, I'm excited.
Well, let's go down and so... Let's go just top 3. Top 3 Bond movies for you. We both know From Russia with Love is number 1.
Yeah.
What are the other 2 are your top 3?
Number 2... I don't know. Because like I said, that one's my favorite, and the other ones are just kind of like a giant mishmash of where they are. I mean, like with Bonds, it's easy because I can sit there and like they can blatantly cherry pick which ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, License to Kill is still... That movie's fantastic. Like, it's a solid fucking movie.
Yeah.
GoldenEye, I guess? It was at least cool to see him come back, and it was first one with Brosnan.
Okay, but there's... Okay, that's your...
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just naming ones that come to mind now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, Thunderball was cool because you have the giant underwater fight scene, which makes no fucking sense. It looks like a 5-year-old got a bunch of G.I. Joes and threw that together.
And it still worked, though, because it was hilarious.
You have You Only Live Twice, which, come on, was written by Roald Dahl.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who fucking wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
And you have, all the racism in there that's delightful. You have all the cool, fun Vegas scenes in Diamonds Are Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. No, fucking, it's iconic because it's most Bond cliches come from movie.
Dr. No, yeah.
Traditions, I guess. It's not really a cliche if that's just your thing.
Right.
But you know what I mean, all those tropes.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, okay, that's fine. Like,
Magic Secret Service had the best Bond girl. You know what?
But that's the only good thing that Magic Secret Service
point,
had going for it,
I will argue that at that point, James Bond was her.
She was outdoing Bond in that movie.
Yeah, the Bond girl was more Bond than Bond.
Yeah.
She did the giant...
The giant
attracted
car
Ginger and the giant car chase, and she fucked all the things up, and it was awesome.
Yep.
And then you had Roger Moore doing them, which again, Live and Let Die. Live and Let Die and View to a Kill are the only acceptable ones that Roger Moore did. Yeah. After that,
They all
it's
blend together very quickly.
even that it's okay. Those movies get so campy. At one point, you have the slide whistle when they do the weird cars barrel roll flip. Do you really need that noise going?
No, you really didn't. But then again, Roger Moore had plenty of things plenty of writers in his contract, things he would not do that he'd need to get a stunt double for.
Like running?
Yeah, like running. He would never run.
But then again, they had to do it because he looked so awkward. They tried it, then realized you look retarded.
Yeah, he's also the oldest that's ever done this. Like his average age from doing these movies compared to the Bond girls, he was near his like late 50s near the end.
Yeah.
And the girls were still like, 24, 25.
Yeah, like in their mid-20s.
Oh, there's just some problems right there behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's creepy as fuck.
Okay, so for me, I'll say From Russia with Love. What were the Dalton movies?
Dalton ones, License to Kill was the last one he did. And then I think the one before that was For Your Eyes Only.
I think I would put License to Kill as my second favorite.
Okay.
And the third one... You're going to disagree with me on this. I still to this day, truly appreciate and enjoy Casino Royale.
That is a solid one. Yeah, like I'll give, like I can agree with that.
Okay.
Like we didn't watch that one. Even I told you I liked Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of went back to its roots, which was kind of cool.
That was nice.
I don't know that the ball tap rope scene. That's fucking
down
horrifying.
There. Would you mind?
That's fucking terrifying.
I've never seen when I went to go see Casino Royale opening night at Man's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Okay. So it's one of the premier sound systems for movie theater out there. So in those scenes where you just whack and they have the subs underneath the seats and whatnot, all the guys are like,
Oh, they're like it's like when you watch a nutshot video like for skateboarding things, like every guy just kind of crosses their legs.
Yeah, just like okay.
I know this isn't real, but I'm not okay with this. No, like that was good. I mean, you definitely got to see back to the relationship with him and Felix, which is cool.
And the Casino, not the Casino Royale, but the Daniel Craig movies overall, with the exception of Quantum of Solace, because that was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, as I say, Quantum of Solace.
I really enjoy them. There's a lot of like a throwback to some of the older Bond traditions, while at the same time though they kind of go a little
throwback. You mean like Spectre?
Spectre was just nothing but.
Dude, that was the weird... Dude, I told you, I got pissed off because I watched a video that's like every little Easter egg. I'm like, even I caught all those.
We caught all of them in the first viewing.
And there's a lot out there if you haven't seen it yet. Like,
well, let's talk about Spectre. So, I went into this movie with decently high expectations because Casino Royale was great. Quantum of Solace was a failure. It redeemed itself with Skyfall.
Skyfall was good.
And then I was looking forward
Skyfall wasn't great, though.
to building upon that with Spectre. Right off the bat, that intro music sequence.
That was god-awful.
One of the worst in the franchise, in my mind.
I would probably say
You think the worst? Because, I mean, there's some really bad ones out there, like Madonna's Die Another Day was...
Product of its time.
It really has to be, yeah.
But this was just garbage.
It really was. Oh, we're trying to get to the soulful back end of Bond, and I'm like...
Why do you have him standing buck naked just getting groped by women? Just Bond staring into the camera like he's about to, the rape bus has no brakes. Him just staring...
And then the woman being covered in the octopus tentacles and whatnot.
It went hentai real fucking quick for some fucking reason. Yeah, like the helicopter doing like a barrel roll. I'm like, I don't think they can do that.
Oh, well, the intro or the sequence, the Day of the Dead Festival in Mexico, that was fantastic.
Well, we also have a bias.
That.
Like
we do have a bias on that.
You have two fucking bottles right next to you.
Yes. Of the little skulls, yes. Among many other things.
Used to hold booze. But no, like overall, like I mean, Spectre wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
It could have been a lot better. The writing could have been a lot tighter if it was 30 minutes shorter. That's my thought. There were a lot of stuff they added in there that I think that there were some aspects they stretched out way too far, like and minor spoiler alert, though you can probably freaking figure this out by now, about the introduction of Blofeld. I'm like, that whole sequence could have been cut down by 10 minutes easily.
I was okay with all of that.
Really?
Because it was them introducing Blofeld in one movie. Think about the previous ones. You had the 3 different stages of Blofeld.
Oh, that's true. Each played by a different person.
Yes. But in the originals, you had just, the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Just, there's a figure that's there you don't know. And then you finally see him, but it's shadowy, so there's no details, but you know it's him.
Right.
And then you finally see him as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally see him as, the eye-scarred villain.
Yep.
We got all of these movie by movie by movie by movie.
We got it all within 20 minutes.
We got that in one.
Mm-hmm.
Not even 20 minutes.
Well, no,
the entire course of the film.
There was the intro in the beginning when they were in Spain and whatnot. Was it Spain? Where they were in that secret meeting and he sneaked in?
That or Italy.
Something like that.
But think about it.
Probably Italy because they had Monica Bellucci there.
When we first saw him, we saw him at the funeral.
Right.
Which, again, we just see a dude. We don't really know much.
Don't know who he is, yeah.
Which, again, that's how he was introduced in From Russia with Love. We knew nothing except the fact that there's this dude. Then in the next one, we just see a shadow. Mm-hmm. We have the meeting, the giant boardroom meeting, and we just see a shadow.
We just see a shadow, yes.
And then we see the actual person, which is what we see in You Only Live Twice.
Right. Well, wasn't You Only Live Twice also the one with all the duplicates?
No, the duplicates was the
Diamonds Are Forever. Yeah.
Which, again, by the end, that's what we see. By the end of the movie, we see Blofeld as what, basically the OG Dr. Evil.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we had the one thing, but we got to see all the stages in one movie. That's why I'm okay with that.
I mean, the torture sequence in there seemed a little excessive.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Yeah. My other concern about this movie is that the overall the evil plot for the movie, the thing that's going to destroy part of the world or something like that. There was aspects of that, but they never really dove into that or gave it enough credit for anything.
Well, in all fairness, I kind of enjoyed that because in every Bond movie, you get the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Evil asshole explains his entire fucking plan.
Right.
And then Bond fucks it up. This one, we just knew there was a plan. Like, we didn't really know. Like, the villain didn't come out and blatantly say, I'm going to have a giant laser. Trick, though.
Get them to monologue, yeah.
There was no monologue. There was none of that. Like, there was just kind of like, yeah, I'm going to do something really fucked up.
Right.
You can't stop me. Go fuck yourself.
I can understand. Like, I kind of enjoy that, but at the same time, though, I was also kind of looking for the nostalgia bit of, hey,
I mean, they threw everything else in there. Why the fuck not?
Exactly. They threw everything but the kitchen sink in that situation. Mm-hmm. Everything they brought back to DB5.
That's the line that they drew.
Yeah.
Villain monologuing. That was them going, we're not doing
No, we're not doing that.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, Spectre, like, if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a letter grade.
It's not
B.
Yeah, I would say it's between, in likability for me, it's between Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. Yeah, I'd say Casino Royale and Skyfall. I'd say around there, that level of entertainment.
Yeah, like, it was good.
It wasn't mind-blowing, like, oh my god. I mean, the first 20 minutes of Scene in Mexico, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a great intro for it.
It was amazing, and it was a cool spectacle.
But unfortunately,
it was a spectacle done right.
It was a spectacle done right.
Look at the Brosnan years. That was your biggest gripe.
I can't stand the Brosnan years. I tried.
But that's why, though. Because of the whole giant spectacle. Like, you see him, driving, the world's fastest car to escape a sun laser.
Oh no! That in the climactic scene of that situation, you have Bond using a parachute out of a wind skier thing while he's hanging off the side of an iceberg, being attacked by a giant laser from space. Basically, it's reflecting all the sun's light and energy, and then it ends with this giant, horrifically CG at the time.
Oh yeah.
Wave. Going with him windsurfing with part of the vehicle and the it was just like
windsurfing on snow. Like a combination of windsurfing and snowboarding.
I just lost it. I was just like, and I'm
like
done.
I said, it was a giant spectacle, but done right. None of the other Bond movies never really had that. Sorry, let me phrase that. The other Craig movies didn't really have that.
No, the Craig movies never really had.
The closest thing you got to that was the giant fuck off scene in Skyfall. Which, that's my only gripe with that movie.
That the last 40 minutes was that scene?
Well, there was the Joker, like, no one could plan this.
Yeah, there was very Joker-esque ties into that. I was like, we didn't need that. You had, yes, it was a former Double O agent who got burned and decided to take his
Revenge on M, and like,
which
the
I
rest of
understand.
that was beautiful. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
awesome. But like that whole scene, like his escape scene from England or the MI6 or whatever, that was like,
no,
the fuck?
There are so many probabilities and so many scenarios that would have to fall into place in order for that
the only thing
sequence of events to actually happen, especially at the end with the explosion and the train and whatnot. No, that's...
I think even you made the comment, the only way you could plan that is if you were a precog.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, that's pushing even for regular Bond shit.
True. But overall, Spectre was a hell of a lot of fun. That DB10 car was sexy as all hell.
It was a gorgeous car.
It was. It is actually never going to be put into production. Aston Martin's already came out and said they already made like 10 cars for this film, including a couple for promotional stuff. Only one will actually be auctioned off for charity. And the next car that that Aston Martin will work on is the DB11. So it's a very unique car. You're never going to see it again. Which means they put a hell of a lot of money to Aston Martin to make said car.
I don't know about that.
Well, they're
probably just like, we want to do this one thing, we'll pay you this much money. And let's be honest, Aston Martin,
and
how did they kind of get their start?
And they only give them 6 months too, because usually production models take years to get.
Dude, look at it.
Yeah. There was
in the movie when it shows the interior, it looks like something they threw together real quick.
Yeah, true. Still gorgeous on the outside.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But let's go back to the other Bond films. We did the best films, best Bonds, top 3 Bonds.
Same order as before.
Yours hasn't
Connery,
changed?
Dalton, Brosnan.
See, for me, it's Connery, then Craig, then to hell with Brosnan. Well, let me take that back. Brosnan in the Bond sequences where he's just doing the dialogue and when he's seducing the women. He did
just
very
well. Dalton, you want to.
He did very well.
Dalton is number 3.
I will say Dalton is number 3.
Right.
Dalton for me, just those 2 movies were very, very, very underrated.
They kind of get the shaft, unfortunately.
They do, but after watching them again compared to everything else, they deserve so much more.
Yeah.
So, all in all, it was fun. It was 3 months of watching.
Just have that image of the clown and shit from Night Before Christmas background. We did it! It's over!
We did it!
It was such a scream.
But I do have to say now, what are we doing next? Because we spent all this time on Bond. What do you want to focus on next? Because I have an idea of either doing 80s or 90s cartoons.
Either one.
You want to do either one? Okay. We'll figure that out for a future...
We have time. I mean, we don't have to set these goals for ourselves. I mean...
No, but they're enjoyable for what they are.
For a week, we can just, pick something that's coming out and be like, let's do something based off that. This is what we're watching, and we'll review it again next week.
Sure.
A retro review.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, at this point, I think we might need to do Justice League since you never fucking watched it
I
somehow.
know. Now that it's available on Blu-ray, I may just have to pick it up so we can actually go down and actually watch it.
Bruce Timm made Justice League cartoons.
I know. I never got around to it.
Like, granted, there's like a few episodes that are filler, but like every season has like a story, like an overarching story arc.
Okay.
And most of it is dealing with Cadmus.
Okay.
Like that show has some of the most amazing.
I've had other friends.
You need to watch it.
I know. I've had other friends tell me as such. I need to actually watch
It's
the
on
series.
Netflix, and I own it. No excuses.
I will get to it.
0 out of 10. 0 stars.
I will watch it eventually. I have a bunch of other stuff on my plate.
Although, speaking of things that we need to watch, though, Jessica Jones comes out.
6 days from now, Jessica Jones. It looks so good. I do have to say, though, everything we've seen so far, Jessica Jones herself as a character looks interesting. I think they're going to be... They've done justice to the character in the live-action adaptation of it. But for me, it is all about the Purple Man.
Dude, Kristen Ritter's like a dirty little secret of mine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, because there's that one trailer where you see him just kind of like lean over, like in the police office,
Yeah.
and like has that smile. I'm like, you look like 10.
Mm-hmm. Like 10, like decided for a while. I was like, just gonna be evil for a while.
Like if the master decided I'm just gonna take the doctor's old face and run with it to mess with people.
Because I mean, that's pretty much the Purple Man.
I swear to God, if he does the whole like at some point, I will lose my shit.
The great thing about with this being on Netflix is the fact that the entire season will be available from the get-go, right at the same time. Which means that day I'd be like...
Realize I'm not... When I come into work the next day, I ain't doing shit.
Well, it could be one of those where it's like, I'm sick. I'll be just...
Oh, no, just accept that if I come in, I'm going to be dead to you till I've watched it all.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm just not coming in.
Yeah.
Or I'm just going to sit at my desk and be like, mm-hmm. Oh, phone's ringing? Ignore.
Ignore, yeah. And I will not blame you in the least. I'll be sitting there right there at my desk going, oh, yeah, okay.
Occasionally we'll look over. Dude! He just watched episode 3.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Look over, my eyes just go from, like... You're like, someone got to episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's powering through this.
You know we're going to.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, between, how...
Because what, it's going to be, 10 episodes like Daredevil was?
Something like that, yeah. And
They're
given
like
how phenomenal Daredevil was, everyone, including us, has high expectations for Jessica Jones. And all the trailers seem to be building on that hype.
Trying to think how long the overall runtime would be. It's one of those things, like, if I go home right after work, fall asleep, but set an alarm to wake up at midnight, would I have enough time to watch all of it before I have to leave for work?
No, you would have about 7 episodes in before you have to get to work.
I would say 8 or 9. Because, yes, they say they're an hour, but they're TV hours. Like, some of them are only, 50 minutes, some are, 40.
That's true.
Like, they don't have to follow the regular, commercial format. Like, they're like, yeah, this episode's, 42 minutes. This one's 50. Like, just, you run that gambit. So, again, on top of that, you are powering through it. So not every single one of them is going to be an hour long. So those extra bite over times is eventually going to equal I can watch a whole nother episode and still be within that hour an episode.
Right. Well, let's jump over to movies real quick because when this movie or when Jessica Jones comes out, you're not going to marathon the crap out of that ASAP that day. So maybe by next episode we'll just watch all of it and talk about it.
Oh, we'll be done by then.
Yeah. So, in movie news, I recently saw Peanuts. Go see it. Tons of fun. Those of you who were trying to find a movie...
Y'all can't judge me. It's another movie about a kid in love with a ginger.
Yeah. Little redhead girl.
Suck it.
And I almost spoiled the ending, but well worth it. But Gem and the Holograms. You and I saw that it came out in theaters when we went to go see part 2 of Attack on Titan. And we saw...
Was it out then?
It was out then. It was in the main theater, and there was maybe 5 people in line for that theater.
There's more people to go see Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah. And Attack on Titan was a thing. So, we all called how bad this movie was going to be months ago.
Yeah.
And we were justified in it. Because only after 2.5 weeks, Gem and the Holograms was pulled from all theaters. Its initial film budget was about $5 million. Double that for your marketing aspects, your commercials, ads, and whatnot. So let's say $10 million. Opening weekend only brought in $1.3 million. The second week, it dropped 71% to just under $400,000.
In all fairness, again, like you said, we all saw this coming.
Uh-huh.
Like, who the fuck are you trying to market this to?
There was nobody. Yeah.
It's the problem when you try to do a flashback movie like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because you need to find a balance of staying to the original source material as closely as possible.
Mm-hmm.
To maintain the nostalgia feel for it.
But there was none of that.
But at the same time, you have to try to make it new, to try to garner in new people, or at least give them something that people haven't seen before.
And the problem with this one is they decided to turn around and say, let's make it a Justin Bieber style film where it's YouTube sensation.
The guy who directed like
the Justine
Bieber movie and like the Katy Perry movie.
Mm-hmm. what I find funny about this movie is that as bad as it did, its Rotten Tomatoes rating is still at least twice as high as Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
That yeah.
Think about people who go to see movies. You think it's 12-year-old girls?
This is true.
No. But you know who actually went and saw that movie to get it that, what, $2 million at that point? Maybe?
The 20 to 25-year-olds looking for hopeful nostalgia.
Not yet. Well, slightly more than that. It's like people in their 30s. I don't think you realize that's how old Jem is.
I know I'm old. I worked at Suncoast.
No, not even you. Just, when Jem was out, in order for you to be a girl and actually be into it as a kid, first off, it'd be like me getting excited for a Street Sharks movie.
Okay, true.
Not everyone's gonna know what the fuck that is, and B, those who do, that's already a small niche market.
I laugh at the fact that they try to do a post-credits scene to get hype for a sequel, where they brought on the Misfits, their nemesis.
Balls.
But what's funny is that the Misfits are led by Kesha, some like very dirty pop star, annoying girl.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Kesha, she has like a dollar sign or some shit in her name, doesn't she?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe one day when it's on like, Stars or Netflix or something like that.
Oh, it will be.
We'll all get drunk and like watch this.
Oh, it will be. No, but it'll turn into one of those things. We'll watch maybe like 5-10 minutes of it.
And we'll just be done with it. But in honor of this, several websites decided to do their own like top 10 biggest box office bombs. This one from Screen Rant is pretty impressive, but it's not complete. Some things like R.I.P.D. Lost almost $91 million.
But see, I thought I actually kind of wanted to see that. I just didn't know it was out. It was in and out of theaters, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was in and out of theaters in less than a month.
Yeah.
The problem is, for me, when watching it, it reminded me too much of like a Men in Black vibe. It's like, I've read the comic. The comic's nothing like Men in Black, but for whatever reason, when they made this movie, they decided to say, you know what? You know what's hype right now? Men in Black 3. Let's make that similar in style. At the same time? Yeah, well, like it was like within like 8 months or something like that. Yeah. Huh. So it really wasn't all that good. What else is in this list? The Alamo. Back in 2003. Yeah, it wasn't, all that good. It lost $94 million. We can skip on the rest of that, though. The problem with this next one is I wanted it to be so
Everyone
good.
did, but it was garbage.
It was
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. If you have Alec
garbage.
Baldwin in a movie and it still sucks balls,
you're doing
dumb
it wrong.
fucked up.
Yeah.
You even had like Steve Buscemi in that movie.
You had Donald Sutherland in it, for crying out loud. I had all these great actors and actresses.
You know the problem with Donald Sutherland is? It's Donald Sutherland. Don't try to make him seem like he's awesome.
I liked him in previous
24?
movies.
What? Everyone I know is like, oh, he was awesome in 24. The fuck are you gonna say, Lost Boys?
I never watched 24.
Everyone knows the best actor in Lost Boys was that weird, like, big muscly guy playing, like, rock saxophone. For no fucking reason. How are your worms, Michael? They're worms. Yeah, you said Donald Sutherland like it was a big deal.
I like Donald Sutherland. Don't give me that look. You can't shame me any more than you already have. So.
Oh wait, no. So I'm thinking of Kiefer Sutherland. Donald Sutherland's the dad. That's Hawkeye. Yeah, fuck. Donald Sutherland's awesome.
I was like, how the hell?
I had a Jason moment, but at least I caught myself.
I don't know whether to feel accomplished or insulted.
Take a pick.
All right.
I finally fucked up. There goes that note streak.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within lost $94.4 million in box office.
That was the first movie I saw in theaters. I was like, can I have my money back?
Yeah, it was.
You stayed for the whole thing. The movie just now finished. I didn't even stay. If the second the credits were done, I'm like, I want my money back.
Yeah.
Lone Ranger I liked. That's what's sad.
I didn't like Lone Ranger.
It was Pirates of the Caribbean in the Old West.
Yes, very true. But it just didn't work well for me. That's just
Johnny Depp was annoying as shit. But
it's Johnny Depp.
But yeah, it was Johnny Depp being Johnny Depp.
And of course, they lost just under $95 million on this thing. What else is there?
Another movie I saw in theaters, The Adventures of
You
Pluto Nash.
actually saw this in theaters?
Yeah, my friend at the time, Curtis, wanted to go see it.
I'm sorry, you have poor choice in friends.
Hey man, the Spirits Within, Final Fantasy, I only saw because a buddy of mine, Vince,
Although I
wanted to go see it in theaters, and I think I was in like 5th grade.
Although
so you were
I
probably like graduating college at that time.
I was actually working at Disneyland at the time. And I really can't say much because I saw that movie twice in theaters by myself.
Whoa.
I saw it.
You saw it twice.
I saw it opening day, at the AMC in downtown Disney.
Okay.
Before I started my shift at California Adventure that day. There were some aspects to it that was like.
And you saw it a second time because you lost a bet?
No, I was like, okay, that wasn't as good as I was expecting, but maybe there's something I just missed something or something like that. So I went to go see it like a couple days later after getting out of school one day and I had the day off of work.
And
I
then
watched
there
it,
went all your optimism.
and I just went, no, I didn't miss anything. This was just...
And on that day, Jason learned the world sucks.
Many a drink were
Santa isn't Rio.
But no, the Adventures of Pluto Nash. I saw the trailer for this Eddie Murphy flick and went, no, not a chance in hell. And apparently a lot of people agreed because it lost $96 million.
Which is weird, because if you watch the movie, it's like, I wonder where the budget went.
That bad, huh?
Because I don't remember it being like very big special effects. Granted, it came out like early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the fact that before this movie, he did what? Dr. Dolittle, The Nutty Professor, Shrek. I mean, he had free reign to do
Those
everything.
things Jessica just mentioned, yes.
Yeah. It's just basically one of those things that... whatever.
Number 5, Stealth. Even Jessica Biel's in a tight suit was enough to make people go, yeah, I'm not watching that.
Oh, yeah, this, what was it? Let's put an AI system...
No, she's not. She's moderately attractive, and that's about it. Like, I wouldn't...
Yeah, let's put an AI into
Yeah, let's put hell into a fucking stealth bomber.
Yes, and then let it just unleash itself upon the world.
Remember, nothing can top a real pilot's instinct. That was the point of that movie.
God, yeah.
Number 4, Sahara. How could this not be good? It's got Matthew McConaughey, Steve Zahn, and everyone's favorite actress.
Penelope Cruz.
Seabiscuit. You know what the weird part is? I remember, because Red Robin was one of, like, the sponsors for this movie, and that was when I was working at Red Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, every so often, like, the boxes would have shit for it, and I'm like, really?
I mean, it came out around the same time, if I remember correctly, like, what was the...
Fool's Gold.
No, not Fool's Gold. National Treasure. I think it was.
Yeah.
The
well,
Nick
no,
Cage
because
film,
there was Fool's Gold, which had Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
Except it was, that one chick I can't fucking stand.
But Matthew
Goldie Hawn's
McConaughey
daughter.
wasn't the main character in that.
He was.
Was he?
Yeah.
Huh.
Fool's Gold was, he was a treasure hunter, and it was Matthew McConaughey, Donald Sutherland, and Goldie Hawn's daughter. What's her name, Jessica? The chick I can't stand. That one, Kate Hudson.
Ah, okay. And I remember just reading, like, in the LA Times when this movie was in production, but everything was just getting blown out of proportion. Like, they spent like $2 or $3 million on a plane crash scene that apparently never made it into the final cut of the movie. They spent $160 million on this thing, and guess how much it lost? $100 million.
You're better than that, Steve Zahn. You're better than that.
It could be worse though. It could
John
be
Carter?
John Carter.
Number 3, John Carter.
$263 million budget. One of the most expensive movies to make of all time.
Look who you fucking threw in the lead role.
I know, but I don't know.
The man can't act.
I know. Taylor Kitsch, yeah.
What's he most famous for? Being the douchey dirtbag from fucking Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
The TV show.
Not even the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. And most nerds would probably know him as Remy LeBeau. Because in X-Men Origins Wolverine, another winner of a movie, he was Gambit.
Yeah. They didn't even make half their budget for this film. We're not even including marketing in this. It lost $121.6 million. there was a decent amount of marketing involved around John
I worked
Carter.
at Disney, and I don't even remember that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Number 2, Mars Needs Moms. I saw the trailer for this and I went, "This is god awful." Never saw it. Apparently, a lot of people didn't agree with me.
Wow. Dick move, Screen Rant.
What this?
The main voice actors are Family Guy Seth Green and Joan Cusack, brother of John. Joan Cusack, like, she's pretty decent on her own.
Yeah.
She's fucking Jessie the Yodeling Cowgirl. Yet you had to be like, yeah, brother of John Cusack.
Yeah.
Like, John Cusack's a big enough name. Like, don't get me wrong, I love John Cusack, but, like, that's a big enough name to be like, yep, it's his sister.
Yeah. But yeah, this thing cost $150 million to make. It only made $20 million, actually less than $20 million in theaters. So it had a loss of $130.5 million. All right, and the number 1 biggest bomb at the box office, according to Screen Rant, is 47 Ronin.
Which, again, I don't blame it. Like, it... Okay, again, the movies it was going up against on the same day was Wolf on Wall Street and American Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Martin Scorsese movie, a movie you know is probably going to be amazing.
You had a Hobbit movie released 2 weeks beforehand, which means you're going to have numerous people
Well, that I could
back.
see. They're probably waiting for the die down for that. That's what it's like.
But there wasn't really a die down for Hobbit. It lasted a month.
It was the second Hobbit.
It was still up for a month, though. Yeah. Okay, this thing had a budget of $225 million. Released on Christmas Day in 2013. It lost $150 million at the box office.
But Keanu is such an amazing actor.
Here's the thing, though. I saw 47 Ronin, not in theaters. I waited till it came out like on Stars or something like that. It was bad. It was entertainingly bad, though, if that makes sense. If it's so bad, it's good. Kind of style. Because it had the CG aspect to it. And it was okay, fine, I'll watch this. Then comes later on, more recently, John Wick. Didn't even cost anywhere near as much as this. And 1,000 times more enjoyable. And thankfully, they've actually greenlit a sequel to it. So, it's one of those... If he plays a certain character, Keanu Reeves is great for those roles. He was not good in any sense for 47 Ronin.
He was awesome in Bill and Ted.
I was really surprised, though, that Battlefield Earth was not on this list. But then again, after checking it up now, it had a budget of $73 million. It lost a bunch of money. It didn't even make $30 million. But when we're talking, things like 47 Ronin, who lost $150 million, I guess $30 million is a drop in the bucket.
Well, dude, think about it. Even the number 10 spot was $90 million.
Yeah. So, who is on? There's some bad bombs out there, and it doesn't have to be financial bombs. It could be you're just god awful. You don't need you whatsoever. Couple things to get before to the video game stuff, real quick. You found this just the other day.
Yeah.
There was this group creating the Batman the Animated Series vinyl box set. How did you find this?
I don't remember.
Just found somewhere.
Yeah, I could be a dick and pull a Fairly Odd Parents say internet. I don't remember where, but I saw one of the images. It was a poster for Almost Got Him.
Okay.
And then I was flipping through something and I saw the one for Fear Itself.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just Googled it and this is what popped up. It's like, this is where they're all from.
Yeah, because this is...
And the artwork for this is
stunning.
Amazing.
So essentially, this is not like a DVD box set of everything from the animated series. This is basically 16 fan favorite episodes. They took the scores from those episodes, put them together in a beautiful vinyl box set, and they included unique brand new artwork for each episode. And the artwork alone on each of these LPs is like, I would frame each and every one of these on the wall. This is, Joker's Favor.
They're just like that.
Wings.
They look like film noir.
Beware
paintings.
the Grey Coat. Like, there was some really good stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
I would lie if I said I wasn't interested in picking this up. But we have, this is coming out in 4 days. I'm sure the pre-order is already full because they only had a limited edition of 1,200 box sets.
And the fact that it's $225.
At that rate, I'm like, that's gorgeous and all, but I don't have that much.
Like, if I could just buy, like, poster versions of every single one of these, I'd be okay with it.
In a heartbeat. Spend like $5 on each of them, I'd be fine with that. I would buy them, I'd frame them, put them on the walls, and I'm sure, no one would ever complain about that because it's
gorgeous.
Just gorgeous. Who knows? Maybe in the future they'll do that.
Have you seen them, Jessica?
Let's get to some video game news because there was a Nintendo Direct recently. Has been a while since the last one. This is the first one since Iwata's passing, and there wasn't really much notice about that, but there was a lot of news about upcoming games and new additions to existing games, including one that, when you first linked this to me, I thought it was like a fan-made bullshit.
Cloud is coming to Smash Bros.
From Final Fantasy VII will be in Super Smash Bros. I'm looking at the video that they played during the Nintendo Direct. The moves that he has, the skill set that he has, it looks very, very, very OP.
He might be.
Kind of like, like Ryu.
Snake.
Or Snake, or, any of those other, like, DLC characters out there. Well, actually, no. Snake was not a DLC character.
No, basically Snake in Brawl, though, he was retardedly overpowered.
He was, yes. But this one...
Sorry, depending on who you ask. If you actually like playing a Snake, he's not overpowered. He has his weak. Fuck you.
I did like the fact that they kept his limit breaker.
Yeah.
And that was a cool little homage there. I like that part. Here's the thing, though. Who else are you going to start adding into it? Because it used to be just Nintendo properties.
That's what he's never... Okay, Nintendo. Go fuck yourself. You added Cloud. Don't get me wrong, you've had Final Fantasy games, but you never had Final Fantasy VII. Nope. At least not to the best of my knowledge in any fucking capacity.
Nope.
Where's fucking Simon Belmont? You gave me Mega Man, that was cool. But since Melee, I've been wanting Simon Belmont.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Simon Belmont is the main protagonist in Castlevania, which is a game that Nintendo, you fucking had since NES.
And yet...
And you made 3 of them for NES.
Mm-hmm.
And you made one for Super Nintendo. And you had one for Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And you've had multiple for all your fucking Game Boy iterations.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Well... Given the fact there's going to be a massive Smash Brothers
people, fucking chuck axes, have the little whip like
the whip
Zero
thing,
Samus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You never know.
Bullshit.
I mean, given the fact they're doing a huge Smash Brothers only event stream in December, we can always hope for something like that. Some other news from there. If you haven't picked up a Nintendo 3DS, this may push you over the edge. Because the original 3 Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, are coming to the 3DS via their online store. In their entirety, in the black and white. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's one of those games I played all 3.
No, Yellow was in like a weird black and white.
Yellow was still black and white.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the next round where they started doing Game Boy Color stuff.
It's where there was color.
No, there wasn't much.
I was a kid. I was dumb as fuck, so it's possible.
They did thankfully update a certain part of it, the ability to trade Pokemon and battle people. Back in the day, for the original Game Boy, you needed to have that power cable, the cable link. Thankfully, you don't need to have that anymore. You can just go wirelessly using the 3DS.
But how can you game the system for free Pokemon? Remember, because once you received it on your own, you were disconnected.
Yep, that's
and you
true.
Turn your game on and off.
Mm-hmm. So that's coming out. If you
Game
guys
Shark.
You guys haven't picked it up.
Sorry, you're
yet.
old as shit. Game Genie.
Yeah.
I know. But when I tried to say Game Shark the other day at work, he's like, wait, what? I'm like, Action Replay? Game Genie. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Same thing, different iterations.
As long as Missy No is still somewhere in these games.
What's up?
As long as Missy No is somewhere in this game.
One can hope.
Yeah. I mean,
rare candy.
Missy No has shown up in almost every game so far, so hopefully. And then there's this thing that you sent to me that I went, okay, the internet's gonna freaking rage over this.
Dude, because that's what I even told you. Like, as this new thing, I'm like, this is gonna piss some people off.
Yeah, so Hyrule Warriors, which apparently has a decent enough following. I've only played the demo of it, and I got kind of bored with it really quick. There is a new character coming out called Linkle. She is a female version of Link. This is now official. This is now canon. There is now a female Link.
Because originally she was just like fan art or like story art.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, we can make her a real character. Which
did we need and did...
It's not so much that. It's like, why does it have to be a ripoff of Link? Why not just have her be her own character?
So this version of female Link will only be playable...
Lady Link.
Yeah, Lady
Come on,
Link.
alliterations.
It's called Lady Link.
Lady Link.
It's going to be a playable character only in the upcoming 3DS edition of Hyrule Warriors. That being said, though, you launch this character into one game, she's going to find her way into every single game.
Oh, yeah.
$10.
We'll probably fucking get her in Smash Bros. For fucking Simon.
She'll show up in there. $10 she'll show up in the next Zelda game, which...
Well, yeah, no shit. She's showing up in the 3DS version.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of... She's going to show up in the next Zelda game. Yeah, you already announced that. She's going to be in...
No.
Like the next new Zelda game?
Yeah, the new one.
Okay.
The ones that come out in like late 2016 that people keep on thinking, oh, it's not going to show up for the Wii U. It'll show up on the NX or their next console. I'm like, no, it'll show up on the Wii U. It'll probably be the last game that'll show up on the Wii U, but it will be up. It'll kind of be like how, like, remember Resident Evil 4? When it showed up initially, it was on the GameCube, and then a month later, it showed up on the Wii.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what's going to happen with the next Zelda game.
I like how that's what you went for. Like the one that was way, way the fuck back.
Yeah.
Remember they did the same thing for, speaking of the devil, Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Because Twilight Princess came out for GameCube, and like a month later, it came out for the Wii.
Yes. And now we're getting an HD remake for it for the Wii U coming out next March. I'm fine with it. I actually enjoyed playing Twilight Princess.
Never played it.
Really?
Yep.
Well worth it, actually. I actually recommend checking out this one when it comes out. Borrow a buddy's Wii U or something like that for like a week.
Dude, he's even told me, he's like, dude, you know where that gate, you know where my console still is? Oh, where? Still in the backpack that we locked it up from your birthday. Like, Jesus, dude, your Wii U is sat in your backpack for 6 months.
He needs to bring it over again. Get some more 8-player Smash Brothers going on.
Mario Kart tournaments for days.
I'm fine with that. And of course, most of you are probably watching this, weeks later because you're probably sitting there watching or playing Fallout 4 or watching someone play it. I'm watching on Twitch or something like that. When Fallout 4 came out, no surprise, it destroyed sales records for that day.
Good.
In its opening release time frame, it shipped over 12 million initial units for opening day. It's already turned sales in excess of $750 million.
Good. Call of Duty can suck it. Fuck gray-brown shooters, you heard me.
Yeah. But the thing is,
you have gray-brown RPG.
Please, Call of Duty is like the Madden of shooter games. There's another version of the exact same fucking thing that comes out every 10 months.
Hey, that gun now has a new feature where it summons bees. You know that'd be awesome.
I just laughed that when I used to work at GameStop, we would get like, a Madden or Call of Duty to come in. That day that it comes out, people would play it, and some people will actually try to return it that day because they finished everything. And more often than not, you would get maybe half of what it's worth in store credit.
Don't they realize you buy a game like that for, online?
Yeah. Some people were stupid. But the thing is, though, some games, you'll get half the value of the game up front. This thing loses its value to down like $10 day one.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so many of them, they couldn't give them coming in every single year. People will come in.
Because you can finish the main story campaign in like 6 hours.
If that. Now, Fallout 4, you really can't do that because this thing is a huge sandbox. I mean,
oh, yeah.
All the Fallout games
how far
have been
6
used.
hours gets you? Gets you out of the prologue of the game.
It has the tutorial section, yeah.
Yeah, it ends with one of the narrator character asking, so you boy or girl?
Yeah. I've yet to play this, although I have seen numerous entertaining images and videos of people messing around with the player creator.
My favorite's the Beavis and Butthead one, or Walter White.
I've seen the Walter White one. Someone created some baseball player in the editor and used him with a baseball bat and started like beating the crap out of...
I've seen Ash. I've seen Ash from Evil Dead. I've seen Walter White. There was one for John Cena that turned out to be a Photoshop, but it still looked awesome.
Shock.
But yeah, no, I might pick it up eventually. I've technically never played a Fallout game. Because I don't count New Vegas because that wasn't really playing for fun. Yeah, I mean, I might pick it up. I'm intrigued. It doesn't have Liam Neeson in it.
I'll get it eventually, but there are other games out there that require my attention well before then, like
Battlefront.
Star Wars Battlefront. Yes, I need to pick that one up.
You still have Arkham Knight over there somewhere.
I do. It's right there. I need to grab that. That's gonna be pretty much it for
everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything we had set up for this episode. I took out the one thing because you have no idea what it's about. Hatsune Miku announced.
Fuck it, let's do it. You know why? Because we haven't done a goddamn Japan moment in a while.
We haven't yet, but aha! I have success because Chess says yes. Virtual pop store Hatsune Miku has made an official announcement for an upcoming North American tour for 2016.
I'm just saying, I already missed Baby Metal.
Yeah, Baby Metal was here before.
I know this. Come on. I'll be quiet as fuck.
Now, I've seen her perform twice. Once, it was at Anime Expo I was working that year.
The second time?
And the second one, I actually paid money for it. I paid $75 for a ticket for it. I will pay that again for this because I enjoy it so much.
God damn it, Jason. You're so fucking weird.
I mean, given the fact that I have, I paid for this 3-disc box set of her 2013 performance, and this cost me like $50.
Hello?
Yep, there's also the Miku Nendoroid things you also picked up for me.
What do you mean, show him the things I bought you? I was there when you bought them.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was me.
The thing is, I've not only bought one, I also bought two. This was from 2013. This was from 2014. I'll probably pick up the 2015 one eventually.
Are you sure you're not a 13-year-old Japanese girl?
Hi.
Yeah, his boobs are bigger than a 13-year-old Japanese girl. Actually, any Japanese girl. They're quite flat-chested. No, he's about that age. You ever watched anime? If a girl reaches over the age of 15 or 16, they basically look like a 7-year-old woman.
I make no apologies.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but mental scars will last a lifetime.
Last a lifetime. Oh.
I don't know, maybe, we can go check it out, I guess. I mean, I've done dumber things in life.
Tell you
go
what,
to Anime Expo the first time.
Tell you what, if I can get discount or press passes for this, I'll drag you to this.
Are you wait. I can get press passes to this?
Yeah.
Jesus
We'll
fucking
get
Christ.
you down there in the pit. Everybody's out there with their lights just going, yeah. I'm going to make this happen now.
Why?
Because Schadenfreude.
If you do, you have to make sure there's I have to bring Brian to this.
All right.
Would you go if Brian goes? Brian would not.
Can I sit next to him?
Yes. Sorry, one for the camera. Because again, Brian knows his Japanese shit. You guys have had lengthy conversation where I sit there and go uh-huh. Word.
You have no idea what we're talking about. I know.
But he would cringe so fucking hard at this. And it would be amazing.
See, the thing about fandom of any kind, you have people who will thoroughly enjoy it, and you'll have people who will be questioning the sanity of all the people who thoroughly enjoy it. I'll be one of the people who will thoroughly enjoy this.
Booze is a thing.
Yeah, well, most likely this will be at Nokia, or now the Microsoft Theater, so there will be booze there.
You pump me full of enough booze going into this thing, I will fucking Harajuku the shit up and go to that thing.
I have this on camera now. I need to make this happen now.
Again, I also said enough booze. It could also be one of those catch-22s of drinking.
Yeah, true.
The amount of booze it would take me to do that would literally
Now,
kill me.
mind you, it is technically a hologram. It's basically on a dyad board with like
No, I am
several
aware of
dozen
what it
projectors,
is.
plus a live band behind it. So.
Yeah.
It's one hell of an experience. I will give you that. I remember when we had it at Anime Expo the first time she ever performed in North America. We were in the press area, obviously. So right next to me, to the right of me was G4 TV, and to the left of me was ABC7, and they both were confused as all hell. I'm just laughing my ass off.
No fairness, it's G4 and ABC.
Yeah, true.
You're essentially taking someone from ABC and putting them in whatever nerd shirt they bought at Target.
I just cringe so much because after that first performance, they went out into the street and tried to ask people what was the technology behind it. Instead of asking people who actually worked that concert and actually knew what was going on, they were asking the fans to try to create in their mind how the technology works, and they were all dead wrong. It was annoying. But that's a minor bit.
I'd like to think there's like a 500-pound, just the last person you'd expect because they all look. Okay, disregard everything I said. It'd be the equivalent to putting you in a mocap suit and going, okay, now dance like this. And the mocap would be like, it would be this like 16-year-old looking anime girl, but it's someone like you, just like Beardsley McGinley, just like, yep, I got this. Just like going nuts.
Hey, I have moves like Jagger. I'd let you know.
These hips don't lie. You got moves like a fucking Peanuts character on a Christmas. I've seen your moves.
Pigpen. He dances like Pigpen.
You just look like you're jerking off really tiny dicks.
That's all he did.
Just dick picking.
Oh God, that's going into the road.
It's been a while since we had a blooper episode.
Oh. But yeah, so that's a thing. Oh. So yeah, we'll see if we can make that happen. I know tickets go on sale later on this month, but the performance itself is not until March or April, so there is some time.
I plan on going anywhere. I'm pretty much fucking tied to you by association.
Yeah, this is true. One of us.
I should be saying that to you. You realize?
Yeah, well, you know. You get to deal with this now.
My favorite's when Jessica snapped at the girlfriend. I'm sorry, I'm siding with him. He's my brother. Blood is thicker than water. And just like straight up serial killer eyes. Fucking stared a bitch down.
Oh, and
That's
on
awesome.
that note, I think we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as always. So for Geeks and Drinks, I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
Cheers, Internet.